Probably a little too tight. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my kitchen for another video. I'm Derek from Simnett Nutrition, and today I'm gonna be sharing with you 10 more vegan hacks that will change your life. So a few weeks ago I uploaded a video that was called 10 vegan hacks that will change your life, and I got an amazing response on it. It was like by far my most watched video I've had in a long time. So as any savvy YouTuber does, I'm making a follow-up video. No, just kidding. I just have a whole bunch of these like hacks and tips and tricks that I've accumulated and learned over the 10 years that I've been vegan. It's so good to be able to share them with you guys in like one nice, concise video. Oh, and a few of these actually come from you. You left them in the comment section down below in the last video I did on this. So if you guys have any more that you want to share, put them in the comment section down below so we can all learn, and who knows, I might have to do yet a third vegan hack video. Number 1. Use soft tofu as the base for a high-protein, vegan-friendly dip. I know, it sounds crazy, but look at this. I did it right here, and it works amazing. Tastes awesome. So let me show you guys how I made it. All right, so this couldn't be any easier. Basically, just get a block of soft tofu, strain off any extra water that there might be, pop that right into the blender cup. Oh God. Got it in there. And then you just add your favorite herbs and spices. I'm actually gonna be using this all-purpose seasoning blend just because it's so good and really easy. So add a bunch of this because we're making a dip, remember. We want this to be super flavorful. And then add a few teaspoons of spicy brown mustard. I'm sure other mustards will work, but this is my favorite in the kitchen. And then just some salt and pepper. And then you just blend it up. All right, there we have it. So you could eat it like this, or what I like to do is chop up some fresh herbs. So I've got some cilantro and some parsley here, and also some green onion. So I'm gonna chop up that really small and then fire it in there too. Gives it some nice flavor, some more color. So then just have it with some chopped veggies or whatever else you want, and there you have it. Nice, high protein, creamy, vegan friendly veggie dip. Number 2, stop rinsing your pasta after you've cooked it. So don't trust me, ask an Italian, but I'm telling you guys, it will create a better finished product if you don't rinse it after you cook it before you put on the sauce. So I know, this is just what most of us do. We've always done it. You just cook the pasta, you strain it, and then you rinse it. But no, you don't want to do that. What you're doing is you're actually making the pasta slippery, and then the sauce is not gonna stick to it very well, and then you're just gonna have a bowl of like slippery noodles and sauce, and you don't want that. So I know some people like rinse it to get rid of like the starches or whatever, but like, yeah, let's face it, you're eating the wrong food if you're worried about a little starch on the outside of your pasta. But just try it out. Ever since I learned this trick, I have stopped rinsing my pastas, and it even works with those bean and lentil pastas that say right on the box to rinse it after. Just get that sauce on there, no rinse. So for the best pasta, you wanna strain it while it's a little bit al dente, and then you wanna add it to some heated sauce and just mix it up for a little bit. It's gonna make some amazing pasta. Oh yeah, and I guess I should address the way I say pasta. I know many of you are gonna comment, you probably already have, oh my gosh, he says pasta, not pasta. Well, this is just how we say it in Canada, I can't help it. But you guys will have to tell me in the comments down below, are you team pasta or team pasta? Number 3, add a paper towel or clean dish towel to the top of your boxed lettuce greens to make them last longer. Sometimes we buy these boxes of mixed greens or spinach or whatever because they're super convenient. Sometimes it's the only organic option at the store, but the problem with them is they just don't last very long. They tend to start to wilt and break down like even in the box before you're able to get through it. So this hack actually came from one of you guys to put a clean paper towel or towel on top of it and then store it upside down in the refrigerator so that all the liquid gets absorbed by that towel that's on the bottom. So we've been using that hack since I learned it, and it's definitely helped us out. I haven't wasted quite so many greens since I learned it, so passing it on to you guys. Number 4, add liquid smoke to your dishes for a bacony or smoky flavor. So this is a good one. Last time I shared with you guys the Calamanac hack, which is like black salt, adding that to stuff to make it taste a little bit eggy if you so desire. Well, this makes stuff taste bacony. So you should be able to find this in most grocery stores, and you just want to add a few drops to a couple teaspoons in different dishes that you want to add a little smoke or a little depth to. It goes really well in like chilies and stews. But one thing that I really like to use it for is marinades. So for marinating tofu and tempeh, it is absolutely incredible. So of course you don't want to just marinate it in this. That would be weird. It would probably just taste like smoke. It would not be very good. But yeah, with a few other ingredients, you can make something really delicious. So let me show you guys how I made this really quick. So half a teaspoon of liquid smoke, some soy seasoning. This is like a soy sauce or tamari, a bit of maple syrup, garlic powder, onion powder, you know how we do. And then just mix that up. Quick marinade, saute. Don't forget to flip it. And then that's it, there you have it. So anyways, I know I'm not like reinventing the barbecue or anything with this one. I just thought this was a cool one to share with you guys because before I bought it, I hadn't really even thought about using it. But yeah, it's definitely handy to have on hand. Number 5, add pepper to things to make it taste peppery. No, I'm just kidding. That's just because the last one was so obvious. Number 5, the 4 keys to a good homemade salad dressing or sauce are sweet, salty, tangy, and a fatty component. So if you can remember those, you can always make yourself an amazing sauce at home using what you already have in the cupboards or in the fridge. So let me show you guys how I made this one using those 4 simple keys. So to add some sweetness to the dressing, my favorite is using dates. But another way is a splash of maple syrup, or you can even use some sweet fruits like mango or orange. So for the salty component, just a few pinches of salt will work just fine, but you could also use something like this, Bragg's liquid aminos, tamari, or soy sauce if you have that. Anything like this will work. And then for the tangy component, vinegar works just perfectly for that. So I'm gonna use this rice wine vinegar. Apple cider vinegar or balsamic vinegar would work as well. Also acidic or sour fruits like lemon or lime, they'll work perfectly too. And then for the fatty component, I will often use tahini. This is probably my favorite for sauces and dressings just because it makes it like so creamy and delicious. But if you don't have that, quarter or half an avocado will work as well. You could also use something like soaked cashews or even peanut butter. I mean, anything really works. This is just to sort of like help everything like carry the flavors and give the dressing some substance. And then from here, you just want to add some herbs and spices. So I'm gonna add some garlic powder and some onion powder. And then this multi-spice seasoning as well. And then I just like to use water as the base of the sauce. A lot of store-bought sauces will use oil or something like that, but that's why we're mixing the fat from the tahini with the water. It's gonna mix up and be all nice. And then mustard is kind of the secret weapon with dressings, sauces, marinades, dips, all that sort of stuff because it just kind of like brings everything together. So it will give it a little bit of a tangy flavor, a little bit of spice as well. But one thing that it does is helps to emulsify the fats and the liquid. So it'll help the tahini and the water to mix and stay mixed. And then from here, you just want to taste it, see how you did before you pour it all over your food. And because we made it from scratch, if we need to make any little adjustments, we need to fine tune it, we know what all those flavors do, so we know how to do that. So I can already tell that this is a little bit thin, so I'm probably gonna blend it up with maybe a little slice of avocado, see if that makes it a little thicker. But as far as the flavor goes, let's see how that is. Oh, yeah, so good, nailed it right away. And if you don't nail it first try, just, you know, add some more stuff, fix it up. That's kind of the beauty of sauces is like you can always fix it. So yeah, and you get better with time, just stay at it. Number 6, cook your oats with a banana to naturally sweeten it. So this is an amazing hack that I use all the time. Every time I cook with oats, I always cook them with a banana. So let me show you guys exactly how I do this. So it's really simple. Basically, you just blend up a banana with the cooking water that you usually use to cook the oats in it. And you can even add an extra date or 2 if you want it to be super sweet. Some cinnamon's always a good option. Blend it up. And then you cook the oats in that water like you usually would. And then you have yourself some delicious, naturally sweetened oats. So you don't have to use any added sugars or any maple syrup or anything like that. This is good to go as it is. Number 7. For the absolute best oven-baked sweet potatoes, all you want to do is slice them in half, put them face down on a baking sheet, and cook them like that. I'm sure many of us have contemplated the best way to cook a sweet potato. I've seen so many different ways to cook it online. Like some people say to stab it a bunch with a fork and then just cook it whole. I've seen people wrapping it in tin foil, putting oil on the outside of it, and then some salt and pepper. And let me tell you, by far, the best way to do it is just to half them and cook them face down on a non-stick silicone mat or parchment paper. Set the oven to 400 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes, and you are going to have some of the best sweet potatoes you've ever had. So you'll know they're ready when you start seeing that like sugary liquid start to ooze out of them. And also, if you just kind of like poke them, you'll notice that they're soft to the touch. Another nice reason for cooking them like this is that you can peel the skin off them so easily after if you don't want to eat that. Number 8, use a tortilla or flatbread as a simple pizza crust. Let's make one right now, why don't we? Sauce, a bit of cheese, and now the toppings. Green pepper, some red pepper, some veggie crumble, a little green onion, and then some more cheese. I'm using the Dea Jalapeno Havarti. So look at this little pizza, nice thin crust, so much flavor, and yeah, this is just like a pretty plain one. Sometimes you can get pretty crazy with all the toppings and everything if you want, but I just wanted to make one really quickly. So I just cooked it at 375 degrees for just about 12-13 minutes and got it to this point right here. Anyways, I'm sure a bunch of you guys have already thought of this and already tried it, and I know I've showed it a few times, but I just wanted to share this because this is too good, and I kind of wanted an excuse to make pizza, so here it is. Okay, so this next one's a bit of a one-pot food hack. So I'm all about trying to keep things like as simple as possible in the kitchen. I don't like to have a lot to clean up, although it doesn't always look like that. I do try and keep things as simple as possible, so these hacks are always welcome for me. Number 9, steam your veggies on top of your rice or grains. So I just wanted to share this one with you guys because I take advantage of it just about every time I cook like rice or quinoa or lentils or something like that. So once you cook the food, just before it's about to be done, once most of the liquid has kind of soaked up, you just throw the veggies on top of the grains, or the rice in this case, and then put the lid back on. In about 5 or 10 minutes, you're gonna have perfectly steamed veggies, and you didn't have to use another pot or really put any more effort into it at all. All right, and then this last one is a bit more of like a word of caution than it is like a tip or a hack, but number 10, you want to avoid coffee or tea around iron-rich foods. So this isn't necessarily a problem for people who have totally normal and fine iron levels, who don't ever have any problems with it, but if you're going to the doctor and you're getting blood tests and consistently coming back that you are low in iron, this definitely is something that you want to consider. So studies actually show that having coffee or black tea around a meal can result in a significant reduction in the absorption of iron. So what it is actually the polyphenols that are in both coffee and tea that do it. So it's not the caffeine, so don't think that drinking caffeine-free coffee will make the difference. It doesn't. So it seems that the polyphenols kind of bind up the iron so that our body can't absorb it. So this is really only a problem if you're having coffee or tea right around food. The science actually shows that if you have it about an hour outside of your meals, it doesn't really reduce the absorption, but if you're having it within the hour that you're eating, or of course with your meal, then it is significantly gonna reduce the absorption. So don't think that polyphenols are bad. They're definitely not bad. That's one of the major components in both coffee and tea that are really good for us. They're anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antioxidants. They do so many things that are good for our body. However, they do inhibit iron absorption. So just have your coffee and tea away from your meal times. Oh man, I got a lot to eat. There's like pizza, tofu, oatmeal, tofu dip, got salad dressing. Oh my gosh, so much. All right, but I think that's probably it for this video. So that was 10 more vegan hacks that will change your life. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any more that you want to add to this, definitely put it in the comment section down below, and we will all be able to learn from it, and maybe I'll even use it in an upcoming video. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you learned something, got something out of it, at least a little bit of entertainment. I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button. It means a lot to me. It helps me out in the algorithms. Subscribe so you can subscribe so you can see more from me. I will see you guys soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching.